10 years ago, I was in a position in my life to where I was a projected first-round draft pick. Had been playing a game of football since I was 7 years old, and I was watching film one day. And as I'm watching film on the California Bears, my defensive backs coach, a guy by the name of Larry Slade, he comes into the room and he says, "Inky, I got some great news for you." I said, "What is it?" He said, "Man, can you believe you're a projected first-round draft pick? Automatic multimillionaire. I got your paperwork back. I got your grade back from the NFL. The only thing you have to do is play football." Get my phone out. I call my mother and my grandmother. I get them on a three-way, and I said, "Listen," I said, "after this season, we will never struggle again." I said, "We would never miss another meal. We would never have to stand on the curb at Christmas and you all stand behind us and tell us you all just be grateful because we got robbed on Christmas Eve for the one pair of Nike shoes that I did have." I said, "We will never miss another meal again," because I grew up inner city Atlanta in a two-bedroom home. There was 14 of us living there, and I used to sleep on the floor with roaches and rats, and I didn't sleep in a bed by myself until I went on my official visit to the University of Tennessee, and guys didn't understand why I didn't want to go out. Start my junior season, I'm a highly touted NFL recruit, and I go out my first game, have a great game, interception, big hit. Everything is off to a great start. We get in the second game, we're playing against Air Force, gets late in the game, about 2 minutes left in the game, and anybody that's ever watched a game of football, you know, when you get 2 minutes left in the game is practically over unless you're playing against Tom Brady or Peyton Manning, right? And so the quarterback drops back, releases the ball down my sideline, a guy catches it, I go to hit him, and as soon as I hit him, it seemed as if every breath in my body left. My body went completely limp, stiffed up. I fall to the ground. As soon as I hit the ground, I blacked out. Never happened to me before. My eyes open, my teammates run over to me. They said, "Ink, get up, let's rock, let's go, man." I said, "I can't." They said, "What do you mean you can't? You always get up, we need you." I said, "I know, man, but I can't move." They said, "What do you mean you can't move?" I said, "There's a shock going from my neck to my toes. I can't feel anything." The shock eventually left. It stayed in my right arm and hand, and the doctor came out and they put me on the spine board, and as they were wheeling me off the field, we get to the ambulance, and my father is standing beside the ambulance, and I'm the type of person, I believe there's some good in every situation that we face. I believe if you train your mind to see the good in the situations that you don't like, that brings you discomfort, that brings you a certain level of opposition, I believe if you train your mind to see the good in it, it's easy to extract it. And so I say to my father as I'm lying on the spine board, I said, "Pops, I got him, right?" And he looked back at me, he said, "Yeah, you laid a nice lick on him, but I think you got the worst part of this one." And they put me in the ambulance, they said, "We're gonna take you over to the hospital, run a couple tests, we'll bring you out, we'll tell you what's up." They take me in, they run the test, they bring me back into the room, and when they bring me back into the room, my mother comes in, she kisses me, she prays for me, and she says, "Son, you will be fine." And as she's going to walk out of the room, the doctor came in running from the opposite side, but as he was running, he was screaming. And he was running, he was screaming, he was saying, "Guys, get in here. We got to rush this kid back to emergency surgery. He's about to die." I said, "Die?" I said, "My mom just said, okay, you said die. There's no in between." He said, "Yeah, I hate to tell you, but you ruptured a subclavian artery in your chest. You're bleeding internally. We got to rush you back, take the main vein out of your left leg, plug it into your chest in order to save your life." And the next morning when I woke up, my perspective had completely changed. I didn't think about if I was going to play Alabama the third Saturday in October. I didn't think about if I was going to play Florida the next week. Instead, with the situation, it was a heavy level of conviction attached to it. I was thinking about my legacy, and I was thinking about my life in a manner of such, when people speak about you one day, well, the only thing they say about you is, "Man, that guy was an amazing athlete." Or will my life have something of substance and value attached to it? Will I just be this efficient but not effective individual? I did things right, but I never did the right thing. Like, will my life have something of substance and value that when people can see me and they can point to me, it makes them want to raise the standard and excellence in everything that they do and everything they're connected to and everything that they're part of? There's a quote that says, "When do a person start to really live? When a person has faced death." And I came in contact with death, but I beat it and I conquered it and I survived, and I felt as if somebody pulled the shades up on my life and they said, "Now you see life for what it's really worth." My perspective had totally changed.